Alright, we're back in Redcliff City, and well, it's pretty rainy today in Redcliff City, and I'm really happy with the way the city's looking, even right now. So this episode, I'm thinking that we should expand out our residential and, our urban sprawl, because cities like this in the upper areas of United States really do have lots and lots of urban sprawl. So I'll be adding that in this episode, hopefully. And I'll also be naming most of the places and adding a brand new area to the city, and you'll be seeing that shortly. So anyway, my name's Off the Edge, and this is Redcliff City. So we start off in our city. This is the shopping center area, and this place here is where I'm thinking I should put the first build. Actually, no, I'm thinking I ended up choosing this area right next to the new area we added in the previous episode, and this is going to be the first proper residential area in our city. So I should probably start laying out the landscape and making this place really suitable for some houses. I will be using these parallel roads to get some of the road layouts done. I feel like it's just pretty neat, but I also want this to be a very organic road layout, which means it'll be flowy, it'll be like in nature, of course organic. It'll just go wherever it really wants to. And so that's what I want to do with this area of road layout. And as we move on to other places, I'm thinking I should add a bit more of a grid layout. Now that we've finished the road layout for this small area, I'll start zoning with some regular houses and mix some of the region packs too. Now I'm adding some oak trees to kind of sell the theme of a residential area, because there are lots of oak trees around. This is a cooler climate, so I should probably add a couple pines in there too. Maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't, so we'll wait and see. Okay, there we go. We've almost finished these, and I'm also liking the way this highway is kind of winding through this area, but this looks really good. But we might put a pin on that because I want to bring ourselves over to the other side of the city where we might lay out our next road layout area. This is where we can add our brand new road layout, and I want this place to be definitely a grid, a big contrast from the organic road layout we just did. This is going to be a mixed-use suburb, which means it'll have offices, commercial, residential, and I think I should have some like townhouses in this area. So it could be kind of a secondary downtown, but we won't have too many tall buildings. So we've kind of finished the main layout, and now it's time to start zoning. My least favorite part, but at least I get to see all of the houses start to pop in. And here they come. Here are some houses, but I'm going to move this over to Brightwaters, another area in the city. This is where we made our hilly suburb build, and I'm just going to blend this area into some more suburbs and expand this kind of mountainous hilly area. Like, I shouldn't say mountainous because there are giant mountains in the background, but I think you know what I mean. I'll also try to adjust some of these houses to kind of conform to this new road here and blend it all really nicely. So here there is a little marina type bay area, and I want to add some nice new assets from the Southwestern pack. So yeah, I got the Southwestern pack. It's really good, and I want to keep the theme 1980s, so I'll add these nice assets here. They're pretty tall and they're nice residential units to match the theme of this area. This is going to be sort of where the skyline rises a bit in this area, but it won't be too tall. It'll probably be the max of that height, but you probably will see some taller buildings maybe around the back. Okay, I'm clearing out trees right now to make room for some more roads and some more things around the area. I did add some row houses, the southwestern row houses, and I think it really goes well. I'll be adding a few more trees to make this area stand out, and I also want it to be seem a bit older than it actually is. Maybe it's the oldest part of the city, who knows. So we come around this area and we just add lots of trees around the houses to make this seem a bit more realistic, because it was pretty old. All the trees that were little have grown, and the zoning laws and the zoning itself has kind of gone out of whack because there are so many exceptions throughout the years, and it's kind of gone a bit messy, and they haven't revised the layout and gone and fixed everything up. So there are heaps of trees in the gaps and everything's just a bit messy, but that's kind of how I want it. That's how I like it, at least. So I'll be putting more of that throughout the city because it is an 80s build. Now I want to head over to my newly named Welbourn Heights and Welbourn area and start to expand this area. I really like the stadium here, but I feel like I made it in like one of the first episodes, and I kind of don't like it. I don't know why I said I just did like it. I don't like it, and I don't like the position of it, and it's just kind of odd in my opinion. So, well, memories lost. I will probably be removing this stadium soon, but don't worry. It's saved in my Control-C files. I might be placing it somewhere else in the city, but definitely not in this area. There is also a little hill where the stadium's on. I also will be removing that. I feel like it's just a little bit too high for my likings, because there are lots of hills around this area too, but it's a bit too high. And this island, I called it Blackbird Island. It was actually a name from the auto-generated names, probably a hint to Blackbird Interactive, but I just added an island at the end of it, at the end of the name that is. And so I want this road out to be a more dynamic style that mixes grid and organic style. So I'll put that in, and I want this area to be kind of like a gated community. Because it is on a small island, I want to add all the amenities it could need to survive by itself, like a medical center, police station, fire department, and all jobs and offices, and also like residential houses, single family homes in this area, just so it can survive by itself just in case the rest of the city burns. But I doubt that'll happen. That actually happened at Beachburg. Now I'm getting a bit worried. So here I am adding some of these houses. I will use Find It because it's just so much easier with placing them in how I like it, and I'm using some of the brand new Southwestern assets which look stunning. They're so fantastic. I love how much they match the city. They're probably the best bet to go with if you're doing a North American city, and they're perfectly fine throughout an entire American build, even Canadian or partly Mexican, some of them. And now I'll just add some trees to fill in these gaps. I will be putting a 1 tile gap for some of these buildings to spread it out a little bit, even though this is a very population dense area. But we'll move back over to Welbourn because I want to create a shopping centre. It'll be called Welbourn Centre or Welbourn Central, I don't know what to call it. And I'll also be adding this wonderful theatre assets. It's the Eastern European Theatre, as well as the Eastern European Shopping Mall. This could be called Welbourn Theatre or Redcliff Theatre. It's the first theatre in the city, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the only theatre for a really long time. I also will add this multi-storey car park, and I'll add these just regular car parks, and I'll detail them up, and I'll be right back. So we finished all the detailing, and yeah, I am removing the stadium, so don't worry, it'll be back soon. And I want to detail the landscape of this area and make it a lot more flat for the houses that I want to build here. Okay, the landscape looks pretty nice, and I'll start expanding the road layout into these areas. And we'll start adding all the zoning that we need, and that should conclude this area.